Don't be copying my dance moves, my eyebrow moves. What is going on, everyone? Happy Hump Day, and welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'm one of your co-hosts, and today we are coming at you like every day from our studio here in Las Vegas, Nevada, with our daily, only on the weekdays, live shows. Before we get into the content, quick disclaimer, nothing that's said on this channel should be taken as financial advice, so please, as always, do your own research. Speaking of content, today, big hack on one of Solana's leading DeFi platforms. $100 million was taken. And wait till you hear what the hacker wants in return. Also, Joe Biden, he's been on one the last couple of days. We'll talk about what he said and what we can expect, how that will correlate in the markets. And then finally, no idea there's other news. But before we get into the news, I have to introduce you to your other co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's the first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, and the stale information. We package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, here's Sin City Crypto. We don't just do live streams. We also do the deep dives. We do on-location filming at multiple conventions. We do YouTube shorts. And we are no longer wearing shorts, except for David, who only owns basketball shorts and sweatpants.
You know, I couldn't figure out if I was hot or cold today, so I wore a sweatshirt and then shorts.
Yeah, sweatshirt, shorts, and
flip-flops with socks.
Like warm-ass socks, like, you know, those socks that you would...
with flip-flops.
Yeah.
That's how we roll here in Vegas.
Interesting.
We can't make up our minds.
Yeah. All right. And then... big day today. Well, today and tomorrow.
Why is today a big day?
Well, first of all, there's a lot going on. First of all,
what's up with that look on your face? You got some I don't know about?
No.
Okay. You have this like mischievous look.
Okay, so we had the PPI numbers come in. So basically, it's the inflation numbers that the wholesalers are using. What is the cost of goods for companies to purchase? And I think that's more of a true measure of inflation, as it takes away the supply and demand aspect that comes from the consumer to the warehouse. It's just like, hey, how much are paying for goods? Tomorrow is the CPI number. Now that's the big headline number, the one that tends to move the markets. So we'll go a little deeper to those here in a minute.
And then Friday is the QPI numbers.
QPI? What's QPI?
No idea, but probably a new metric they're going to start following. So we're not.
Can we get some crickets over here?
So we're not in a recession.
Rocco crickets. Thank you.
Rocco,
QPI, guys.
I don't know.
QPI.
I don't know if crickets make that kind of noise in Italy, but here in America they don't. Crickets make a different noise.
You got double cricket now.
You know, Robin, before we get into anything, yesterday I messed this up. Today I'm not going to. Would you like to get into the roll call?
You all right today, bro?
Yeah, great.
All right. So real quick, let's get into our roll call. All right, first in the chat today, we got Motivation. 1111 is short, already hit profit zone. So congrats on that. And congrats for being first in the chat. Also, Why You Loud Gang, Stereo 2 on the ones and twos. Lala, Crypto 420. We got Tox, Sweaty Dave, and then Mervin, Hindi, Sir Babe, Crypto Yogurt, and who else we got up in here?
Did you say Sweaty Dave?
Shizzy, Sean Burns Jr., Crawler, and we also got hit the like button, not only in the chat, but also in my hand in a form of a sign. And that should be your cue to hit the like button. Thank you. Now, we also got K Factor, Vegas Free Baller, and I think that about ran. And Timmy. Yeah. Kind of a shallow crowd today. I don't mean personality.
What are you guys doing here?
As far as the numbers ain't looking too good, man.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Bad metrics, guys.
Where y'all at?
What's up?
Where are our viewers at?
Do it. Are you all right today, Rocco?
That's right.
What is wrong with you today?
There we got Sam Tomlinson in here as well.
I didn't have anything else to play. So.
Okay. That's
I will
right.
render.
You know, yesterday, if you haven't caught on yet, we do one live show and one afternoon upload every single day, and the afternoon upload has to do with the biggest trending topic. And yesterday, we got breaking news during the show that Yuga Labs and Bored Ape Yacht Club and everything tied into that entire ecosystem was being probed and investigated by the United States Security and Exchange Commission, headed by none other than Gary the Gun Gensler. If you are a member of this channel, please feel free. Now is the time to use your Gary Gensler emoji, if there ever is a time. And then just put his emoji and then a poop emoji right next to it. So we covered that. So it's not a lawsuit. And if you haven't watched the video, we covered it in depth. Please go watch it after the live show. But I found a funny meme. So this is one of Sin City Crypto's favorite Twitters to follow, and I would recommend you guys go follow at NFT Hawks. I'm literally about to reach out to this guy. I'm like, hey, we show your memes at least once a week. So this is a meme, okay? Top here is the SEC investigating Bored Ape Yacht Club. You know, they got 5 monitors. They're doing the job. And this is on the bottom here, the SEC investigating Nancy Pelosi and insider trading. And so the headline of the tweet reads, you can inside trade, but you can't sell monkey JPEGs. Is there like I don't know if you call it a double standard, but is there something broken with who they choose and how they investigate? Robin?
It is
It's a little sus, right?
it's a little interesting. I'll say that. You know, Pelosi, I'm sure, probably has little dinner parties, and
And Gary Gensler gets invited to those?
he probably brings the bundt cake, and
Ooh, have you ever had nothing bundt cakes?
I don't like bundt cakes.
Dude. Kyler, you ever had nothing bundt cake? No? Rocco?
Not those cookie, please. That's if you really want to talk
Yeah.
about dessert.
Yeah, your basic taste buds are
Basic taste buds. They're called chichichi. What is it?
yeah.
You don't have to
I'm
know
just
the
not a
name.
fan. I'm not a fan
the
of the dry cake bread.
Chicheche.
You know, I'm not a fan of the dry cake bread. Like, I feel like
But it's not dry. It's moist. Guys, if
It's
you've ever
not
had nothing.
moist.
Yes,
They
nothing.
just pour a ton of frosting on
No,
top.
they don't. The cake is moist. How are you going to talk about it if you've never tried it?
I've tried bundt cakes before.
You haven't tried nothing bundt cakes.
I've had. I remember somebody picked some up. I had a piece, and I was like, "Oh, tastes
All right,
exactly what I
chat,
expected."
chat, help me out
Like
here.
a giant cake that's 8 inches tall, covered in more glaze. That's nothing
it's not
but
a
just.
cake that's
but-
Just
Bro,
missing a
thank
touch
you,
of
Handy. If you've had, thank you. If you've had nothing bundt cakes, help me out here, chat. All right. Hendy says nothing bundt cake is delicious. Crypto Muscle said the red velvet's
there is
bomb.
nothing bundt cakes in India. What are you talking about?
How do you know he's not in India? He's in Vegas. What is wrong with you? We have some news regarding India today, by the way. So if you are of Indian descent or have family in India, I got some good news for you guys. And no surprise to which blockchain is heading that up.
Today, make sure you drop a hola in the chat to say hello, so we can drop a hola right back at you. Now, real quick, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I do wanna get us going here. We have we got a little
got?
something for you here.
What is this?
So, without further ado, we went to CNFT last week and or over the weekend. Anyways, this is a little something from us.
You did?
So, take a look.
Yeah. So we're here at CNFT 2022, and it's kind of got the vibes of Bitcoin Miami last year. Huge spaces, lots of vendors, people walking around, a lot of freebies being thrown around. You also have this really cool car they're giving away. Maybe I'll win it. Who knows? But yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what's out there, and maybe, just maybe, we can run into the man himself, the Hosky, Charles Hoskinson. Let's go. The artist, Ren from Overexposed.
Well, we are a PFP project. We've got our first drop was 4,000 3D pieces. We really tried to fuse creative utility with art. I think that, my background, I was a 3D animator, and I fell in love with NFTs in general, then fell in love with PFPs, and then fell in love with the Cardano space. So here we are, just showing some of the art and meeting a lot of people.
Speaking of showing art, here, let's step to the side and let him catch some of the artwork. This looks pretty cool, man. If you're big into art, you could appreciate stuff like this.
And all 4,000 of the ones we did for this collection were hand assembled, which was one of our big selling points. What I really wanted to do was I wanted to have different bodies for them, so you can see there's like this marshmallow body, and then there's like a horse over there.
A free throw? You give me a free throw? All right. So make sure you get this, bro. I was semi-pro like Will Ferrell in the semi-pro movie. You gotta watch my stroke, right? Did you do this whole thing? Like, did you get did you put all 5 shots?
Just watch the video.
Just answer the question. Did you put all 5 shots?
No. What do you want?
Okay,
you
never
want
mind.
a whole...
I was gonna ask how many out of 5 they think I made.
Can I play the video? Are we good?
Go ahead, play the video.
Now that we have a Q&A, how many shots did David make out of 5?
Robin's in his own world. Go ahead, play the video.
Let's go. You think he's gonna make it or no?
Not about making this one.
Ooh. Bam.
XL. Damn! We got a hoodie. I got a hoodie. Yeah, that's right. Don't ever. I used to play semi-pro like Will Ferrell. Now Clay Timba. Sell me or tell me about the journey in 1 minute or less. Ready? Go.
Okay, so the journey, it's a Brazilian project that tells the story of Junior, Flamingo, that's living adventures through the Cardano universe. And we just wanted to create some innovation, bring creativity to the ecosystem. And we're really marketing oriented. We have a partnership with Altai, a Brazilian streetwear clothing brand. That's actually where Junior came from, because he's actually the mascot of Altai. And then the journey, it's like a mix of Junior and a journey that he's living, meeting new friends and doing crazy stuff. And he's just a party freak. We're all party freaks at the journey. Lollapalooza is a sponsor of Altai is a sponsor of Lollapalooza Brazil, and we aim to do like our own parties and events in the future, just bring our community to know more about Brazil and our culture. And the art, I believe, that speaks for itself. We have a very talented artist, which is Paloso. He's also a scenographer. We work with events in real life, and we do this in Brazil for a lot of parties and festivals, and we just decided to do our booth, something that represented us, and just trying to show the community that we want to do everything differently, such as our art, our marketing, the way we communicate, our booth, and everything. We just want to bring our own style, our own identity, and do things in the Brazilian way.
Inside her head is about 35 motors, actually. So it's actually no thinking takes place in the head. It's only moving that takes place in the head. But if you look, basically a little Linux box in the back. And
we are a NFT project for dog lovers and car lovers alike.
Project Noom is a decentralized music ecosystem where we're aiming to provide services for musicians from conception to retirement. We're doing that in a couple ways. We're doing 5 big things. We're doing streaming, so decentralized streaming, direct tipping, micropayments. We're doing ticketing for in real life and metaverse plays. So for events, we have a DAO for governance. And then the big thing that we just did, our proof of concept that we launched today, is fractionalization of IP rights over streaming royalties, which is a first that's never been done on the Cardano blockchain. So, yes.
So when you talk about, the IP and fractionalizing, are you essentially taking that power away from these record labels and giving it back to the artists and the people who own the NFTs, or how does it exactly work? 'Cause it sounds very intriguing.
Yeah. So without calling, am I holding this? Okay, great. Without calling the labels bad, what we're really doing is we're, like you said, we're giving the artist the choice, right? It's the artist's decision. Where do they want to park that power, right? Do they want to go to the label and say, please give me money and I'll let you own everything? Or do they want to go, you know what? Nope, I want to keep all my rights. Let me connect directly to my fan base and let them help fund what I do.
Is there one artist on your absolute wish list?
Oh, one? There's plenty.
Give me one or two.
Well, if we're talking about impact, I would love to see Drake do something like this, right?
All right. So, yeah, that was a little behind the scenes, little quick montage of CNFT. A lot of fun there. You know, we did get to meet Charles, connected with his people. So, who knows what that'll look like in the future. And got to see a lot of cool artists and well put together. We've also been at the Web3 Expo, which we're putting together some content. So we'll probably have another similar video showcasing some of the Web3 content. And then also we got some good insight when it comes to some gaming interviews. And we've connected with some of those individuals as well. So if you're a big fan of Web3 and gaming, we have something in the pipelines there as well. So a lot on the horizon. So the only way you're not going to miss any of this is by having your notification bell checked. Now let's go take a quick look at the markets and then we'll get this thing going. Now, real quick. Forgot to ask. Because that was the first time David saw that. David, did you like the video?
I hated it.
You hated it?
Yeah, I wanted you to show my 5 shots.
Your 5 shots. Okay, I showed the ones you made, and then
I made 3. You missed one.
Okay, my apologies.
How many
I'm not
throw
going to
did
forget
you do?
this.
How many throw did you do? 5 total?
5, 3 out of 5.
And
I'm
then
not
you
going to
went-
forget this.
3 out of 5.
Yeah.
What do they say in Italy, Rocco?
Average. It's okay.
So
3 out of 5
slight-
is average.
Slightly above average.
Don't forget about
you have if you could have made 2.5 shots, I'm sure you would have landed right
You
there.
can't make
with your-
half a shot. Shows
your
how much you know
basic
about
average
sports.
ass.
It was a 3-point.
No, that was cool. Like I said in the video, it felt like the Miami vibe, and I'm not sure if you guys watching went to Bitcoin Miami last year, but same layout. It was big. It was at the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is the largest convention center in the world. And so it was pretty well put together. Again, a lot of vendors, a lot of interactive stuff, a lot of cool people we met. That robot was weird, man. That thing was creepy as hell. Me and Kyler were sitting next to each other. We're looking at each other like, what the hell is going on? And that dude who was talking with the long hair, he was so, I don't know what he was on, but this guy would not stop talking. Like,
Bro, I'm telling you, man, I have a feeling that dude was sleeping with that robot.
he was on.
Like,
He was
he
on
had a look for that robot. He's like,
dude.
yeah.
He had the founder of Cardano on the stage, and he let him speak like for a minute. And so yeah, and of course Charles did throw a jab at Solana, so that was great. It was a lot of fun, man. You know, it doesn't make sense for us to not go to these conventions when they're in our backyards. Definitely going to try to make every one we can. And like Robin said, we are at the Web3 Expo, which continues on through the end of the day tomorrow.
Kevin O'Leary speaks today, so
He does. All right.
all right. So
get
yeah,
into
back at
markets.
it. Let's get into some of the price action and what's going on. So we have Bitcoin coming in at $19,084.07. And you know, we've been in this zone for quite some. Let's take a look here.
Like decent short-term bullish news for Bitcoin on the price.
Yeah, we've been in this zone here since June. So 4 months, you know, we've really been testing this 20K zone. I mean, obviously we're just slightly underneath that right now. But it's been a long time coming, man. Look at that.
Like the Rocky Mountains over
And
there.
you know what generally happens when you have when you trade sideways for a long period of time. As you see here, not quite as long, but the longer you trade sideways, the bigger the drop. So,
Or moved up.
or bigger the move. It's kind of like pulling back a rubber band. So here you have 2 months. So this was the prior drop. So a little bit over a month, actually, a month and a half. Then you had the big fall. So anyways, I'll let you go over the charts here in a moment, or kind of give your perspective on it. But taking a look at the rest of the markets here, we have Ethereum under the $1,300 now. Is this the new? Is $1,200 a new zone?
This thing's gonna
Ethereum?
pop, man. I'm telling you.
You think
It's gonna pop.
gonna rally?
It's gonna pop, man. I mean,
where is this investment money coming from? I'm just curious.
that I'm investing. I'm saying it pops. It's gonna pop.
I'm just saying, but if it pops, it
Oh,
must.
who from other people?
Yeah.
I mean, you have utility. You have tons of people. New validators coming into the network, taking ETH. I don't know. I'll tell you what. There's more. There's more money coming. There's more avenues of money potentially coming into ETH than Bitcoin.
My thing is you can make a case for people getting in to crypto as a hedge against inflation, buying it while it's low. Utility is way down though. Nobody's using DeFi. The NFT space is the volume is significantly lower than where it was even a couple months ago. I mean, I don't even have to go all the way back to the bull market. So,
yeah, but
I feel like people are building and investing, and so when it comes to utility, I don't think that's gonna drive the market at all. I think it's all about people buying in because of the value right now and understanding where the market will go, and I think it's still a little too soon for Ethereum, man. I know everybody's talking about numbers and that crypto's gonna, that the RSI's, bullish divergence and all that stuff. I see the charts. I'm paying attention. The narrative is that we're primed for a big bounce back. Traditional media is saying that recession's coming. Even Biden's saying it.
Is he?
Yeah. He's I
can't make up his mind.
He says we'll get into it in a little while. But anyways, taking a look at the biggest gainers and losers, the Huobi Global token up 60%. You got Hedera Hashgraph up 14.
This is on the week.
On the week. And then the big gainers there. Kind of the same thing going on Convex Finance as well. And Luna Classic up 1%. Look at that. Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 20. So a little pullback. I think people are looking at that $19,000 support level, perhaps thinking, especially if the CPI numbers come in unfavorable, might be a bad day for crypto. And taking a look at the stock market, pretty flat. I think everybody's anticipation for the CPI numbers to come out tomorrow.
Pay attention to what happens the last 30 minutes of the market.
Yeah. The last 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because that's when all the info will come in, and that's where people will either open or close positions and in anticipation for tomorrow's numbers.
Yeah.
The very first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes of the market open and close is typically where a majority of the magic happens, and then you got your scalpers playing in the middle, kind of.
Yeah.
But big money comes in right after open and right before close.
Well, and then we got Raul Research. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. He says he even hit crack and fentanyl these days. Don't advocate either one of those, but apparently times are tough here in bear market. Now, taking a look, so let's get right into it. Wholesale prices. Now, this is the PPI. So this is the price index, inflation measure when it comes to wholesalers. And so the PPI increased 0.4% in September compared with the Dow Jones estimate of 0.2. So came in over expectation. Now, if you have seen the trend, usually PPI and CPI, the expectations usually are correlated. So when the CPI comes in above expectations, so does the PPI, and vice versa. And I am fearing that the PPI coming in over expectations, CPI probably will as well. What do you think, David? Now the CPI is more weighted on energy, so you know
which energy was down.
Yeah, which energy has pulled back significantly last month, so it could break that correlation. But no. Anyways, and then excluding food, energy, and trade services, the index rose 4% from month to month, and 5.6 from a year ago.
0.4%.
Yeah, 0.4, excuse me. And so on the 12-year, though, or in the 12-month, so looking at it on an annual basis, it is at 8.5%, which is down from 8.7 the previous month. Now, what's your take on this there, David? You think inflation is ever going to come back in line to this 2 to 3%? Do you think that's like a year out? I mean,
I think 2% is off the table, to be honest. I think the new is going to be like 3 to 4.
So you don't. I mean, at some point it's going to get back to it. You think it's 2 years from now, 3 years?
I think. I mean, a lot of people are saying the Fed's going to have to pivot, and I think the Fed's going to have to pivot. Like they're going to have no choice. It's either you bankrupt nations, you bankrupt your own people, you completely collapse the banking and the credit market, or you start printing more money. So, what would you rather have? 3 to 4% inflation every year?
Or you just do what they've done in the past, raise interest rates and then go into a recession.
They can't do that. They cannot do that. We are in too much debt. The consumer debt is too high. Government debt is too high.
We've done it before.
But we can't do it. The conditions are different. Back in the 80s, our debt
2008
to 20%?
20%.
Are you talking about in the 70s and 80s or 2008?
I'm just talking about they're not going to go back. They're not going to reverse course when it comes to interest rate hikes. They're until you get down to 2-3%. And you said you have no option. I'm just letting you know, like what they're going to do is they're going to put us in a recession. We're going to, and that's it.
We're already in a recession.
Well, they're going to go deeper into recession, or we're going to stay there. That's it, man. The whole reason. What do you think the reason is that they're raising interest rates? Is to take steam out of the economy, which is literally to put you in a recession. And so if you're saying that they won't put us in a recession, we're in a recession. We're going deeper in a recession. And that's the whole point. That's like literally the cause and effect. Hey, if we cause more interest rates, we will cause a recession, which will pull down supply and demand.
So where do you think
it'll bring down CPI.
So where do you think they're going to raise them? Where do you think the federal funds rate will be at the top?
I probably would say no more than 5%, or maybe 5.5% will be the most.
So then, pivot coming soon. We're close. We're going to get to 4.
Pivot means you reverse direction.
Exactly.
They're not going to reverse direction. We're at 3.2.
Mark my words, bro. By the end of next year, they will pivot. By the end of 2023,
pivot to what?
Pivot to start cutting rates again.
No, but I'm saying to where?
More money. I don't know. Bring it down to 1.75 to 2.
No, we're gonna be over.
They're gonna have no choice.
We're gonna be over 3 to 5%. We're gonna be in that 3 to 5% until there's another bull run. Cause I'm just going off of straight history, okay? And you can go all the way back to the 1900s. Literally, this is history. You go into a bull market. There's more money. You cut back interest rates. And usually the interest rate cutbacks are in correlation with the start of the bull market. And in the bear market,
but you do understand, going back to the 1900s, the government wasn't in as bad shape as it is now. Consumer debt wasn't in bad shape as it is now. Literally, every time you raise interest rates, servicing your debt gets more expensive for the government. Like, we are already so far behind. 125% debt to GDP, man. You can't keep raising interest rates. You can't. Literally, the entire economy will collapse. Like, worse than ever. So, and on top of that, all this debt the US is in, that debt servicing gets more expensive. On top of that, you can't export your goods because it costs too much money. Like, they're going to have no choice. That's my opinion. I mean, if you look at everything that's happened, and I get it, back in the 70s and 80s, they raised it to 20%. Well, guess what? We were at 40% debt to GDP. So they could do that. If they literally did that right now, the entire system would collapse, not just in the US, but across the globe.
I'm not in this camp that I think it's going to go up to 20% or whatever. Like, I'm not at all. Like, the system can't handle that. I understand we're in a different era with different debt and interest payments, and it's a different situation. But the Fed is set on bringing down this inflation to 2 to 3%. And they are not going to reverse course. Now, perhaps they stop raising interest rates and they plateau there and level out at 5%. That, I think, is possible. Maybe even 4%, 4.5%. Who knows? But the thing is that they're not going to reverse course because this is they've done nothing but talk about it. You got Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole talking about 2-3%. We don't care if we break the system. People lose jobs. He came out, said that same thing again in this last press conference after his Fed meeting. Same thing. He's like, we might go into a recession, quote unquote, even though if we're not there. And people, it'll probably affect the job market. So they're in preparation for it. So I don't think that they're gonna get that result and then be shocked, because that's their narrative. That's what they're trying to do. And so the one goal that they've said over and over and over and over again is at 2 to 3%. And here's the thing. You don't think we're going to get there? We're going to get there. You know why we're going to get there? Because prices of everything was so out of whack. And this is a 12-month basis. So these 12-month windows are backwards looking. What is the price now compared to 12 months ago? And I think that if we look back 12 months ago, when you had the price of electronics, cars, houses, all of that being extremely overpriced, going forward 12 months, which would probably be, from the height of the market, that's about 6 months from now. I think at that point, you'll probably hit 2%, if not lower, just simply going, just looking at year-to-year data. You're going to have, I think 6 months from now, I think the energy is going to come down because you're going to be out of winter. I think there's going to be a little bit more structure when it comes to the energy from this Ukraine and Russia issue. And then on top of that, the housing market's starting to come down. 7% is the average for a home mortgage now, 30 years. So ain't nobody buying houses. So what's going to happen? Price of houses are going to come down. And price of rent's going to come down. And I think 6 months from now, I think going into mid 2023, we'll hit that 2-3%. And then at that point, maybe if we're at 5%, at that point, if we're at 5% federal funds interest rate, I think we could pull back.
So you think, let me get this straight. You think with OPEC coming out and saying we're going to cut back production of oil, the U.S. government has to replenish the stockpile they just withdrew on. You think all that combined, it's going to bring prices down with the things going on in Russia and Ukraine still? You think that'll bring oil prices down? And you think we'll get to 2 to 3% core inflation you're talking about core inflation, right?
I'm talking about CPI will be between 2 and 3%.
You are high. You are out of your damn mind.
I would say
your damn mind. What have you been smoking today? 2 to 3% in 6 months? In 8 months? The only way that happens if Russia-Ukraine war ends and there's no more COVID lockdowns. The only way. There is no way. There is no way, dude.
Okay. Housing prices are going to come way, way down.
Housing is a tiny fraction.
Housing prices, the rent, also the cost of food is going to come down as well. Then you also have
what
electronics.
Makes you think the cost of food is going to come down?
Electronics, the car market, the car market's already reversing. The used car, both used cars and new cars, both of those are coming back in line. The housing market's starting to come back in line, and this is a 12-month window. The price of homes were way out of whack 4 months ago. I mean, you're talking about the price of lumber being something crazy. And then obviously we had, what was it, like $6 gasoline? I'm telling you, man, the summertime prices of gas are more expensive, and during the wintertime, it gets cheaper. So I think you're going to get a relief. I think we're going to see a big pullback. We're going to see early next year, during springtime, we'll be back down to, who knows, maybe $3.80 a gallon.
You are high.
I'm telling you, man.
Unless a big change happens, we're not going to be below 6% for the rest of
this is all backwards looking. Okay,
I get
saying,
that. But you got to look forward too.
We're still going to be
get the data
we're still
going
to be up 25% from 2019. I'm not saying that like all of a sudden the system is fixed. I'm just saying from the height of our inflation in 2020, at the height of the inflation, which was, I think was like August or something. Anyways, you forecast 1 year out from that month. I'm telling you, man, it's not going to be as bad, because first of all, we're going to be a deeper damn recession, or at least coming out of it. And then on top of that, your basic commodities are going to be cheaper. I mean, wood is cheaper, right? Oil?
You're crazy, bro. I mean, I hope you're right, but you're crazy.
I'm just saying
2 to 3%, bro. You are high.
Basically you're saying that the price.
Okay.
So the price of everything from August to next August is going to be 2% more expensive than it was that month.
Let me ask
We've
you
been
this question.
going down. Okay?
Let me ask you this
so look
question.
at the trend. We've been going down.
Let me ask you a question. Do you see oil prices, with everything going on, being cheaper or more expensive 6 months from now?
Oil prices will be cheaper.
You think oil prices will be based off what?
Based off of market conditions, okay?
What are market conditions?
The market conditions always level out, okay? You look at any commodity chart out there. Look at any commodity chart. If you get a big run up, what always happens? You're a TA guy. You always have a pullback, right? And then you bounce back and you find a new level. And so we're at historic highs. We're at historic highs on the barrel of oil. And
we're not
it's
at
going to pull
historic
back.
highs.
It's been higher in 2008.
Okay.
I understand that for
Robin,
the span of 2 weeks.
Simple question. What happens when supply gets taken away and demand goes up? What happens to the price?
What happens to free markets when you
Answer
give
the
time?
question. What happens to the price? If more people want something, but there's less supply of it, it gets taken away. What happens to price?
There's always been the same demand on oil. It's not like all of a sudden everybody owns
the
two
US
cars and
government
drives
has
more.
never depleted their oil reserves like they have now. You do understand they're going to have to replenish hundreds of millions of barrels of oil. Meanwhile, OPEC is cutting production. It's common sense. So I don't and you still got the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, the Europe thing. Like, this is not coming to an end anytime soon. So that's going to continue to go up. That's what I'm saying, dude. And you talk about this all the time. What is the lifeblood of an economy? It is gas. It is oil. It makes everything more expensive.
Okay. Do you believe commodities follow market track? They follow market trends, right? That they follow.
Majority of them do.
Okay, so you think that oil broke the market and that it'll never
oil
pull
is
back?
not even near all-time highs, dude. It has so much room to go. Like, we hit close to 130
What do you
before
mean it's not close to all-time highs?
Oil is at under $100 right now.
When in August it was over $110 a barrel, okay? And August next year it's not going to be $110 a barrel. That's what I'm saying. So
I don't know. I'm pulling up an oil chart right now.
Go ahead. Look at that. Look, oil is down to $87, bro.
Down to $87.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the oil.
So that's what I'm saying. So all of a sudden, there's this giant oil shock. You can't find oil. Oil's going to be traded like
the U.S.
like toilet paper back in the 20s.
Pumping oil again. All right, here you go. It got to $142 back in 2008. Okay,
for 2 weeks. And then what happened immediately after? Why don't you show?
It stayed up there for 2 months. It dropped.
Look at the chart. It freaking fell.
But there's a lot of room to run, dude. You're talking about what, 40%?
Okay,
it's got 40%
so
room to run to the upside.
You don't think the price is going to correct and fall back down?
It already is falling back down.
Okay, then you don't think it's going to fall more? I'm
mean,
just saying
I don't.
that
like,
that
taking
peak right there.
everything going
So,
on?
Okay, so that peak. If you're saying that oil is the lifeblood, and so
You say that.
August, you literally was like, yo, it's the life. Okay, so
I said, Robin, you say this all the time.
listen, if oil peaked in August, you're telling me that it's going to be higher next August. 12 months. That's what I'm saying. All I'm talking about is 12 months. August to August. Price of oil is going to be more expensive in August. Looking at your chart, you're a chart guy. It's going to be higher than there, right?
So August, we were at 80
Okay, where
or
was
about
the
90
peak?
bucks.
Okay, then July.
August around 90 bucks. Yes, I do think next August will be higher than $90.
Cool. Interesting.
All right, let's move on.
Never.
Just want to say, guys, you were saying exactly the same thing, but it's okay.
Were we?
Pretty much.
No, he's
No.
okay. We're not going to get back into it because we got a lot more stuff to cover. So
Let's move on.
go ahead.
All
Do
right.
you have anything else on the crypto side?
So Biden threatens Saudi Arabia. So this was a little bit of what we were previewing here. President Joe Biden said Tuesday that there will be consequences for Saudi Arabia after voting to cut oil production. OPEC production is cut, seen as an aid to Russia. Legislation introduced that would immediately pause all U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia for a year, halt sales of spare and repair parts, and support services and logistical support. So
And you think this is going to make oil prices go down? Like
I'm not
Biden's picking
saying
a fight.
I'm not saying that this is a catalyst to all of a sudden $10 barrels of oil. I'm just saying that from the height at $110 a barrel, next year it won't be there. That's all I'm saying. The price won't be there. That's all I'm saying. And the price of a $500,000 average home here in the United States, that's not going to be here in a year from the height as well. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that the all-time highs 1 year forward from 2020 ain't gonna be there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that OPEC is crashed the market or saving the market or whatever. Also,
this is interesting how this is going to play out.
so Biden, he also goes out to say that no recession. Well, kind of. He says, I don't think there will be a recession. If it is, it'll be a very slight recession. We'll move down slightly.
We're down 20% on the year already. What are you talking about?
Does he have any friends in the stock market?
I don't, dude.
And then
He is
and
like-
then GDP. So, anyways, he said it's possible. He doesn't anticipate it though. He said it's a possibility. It's not likely though. That's what he's saying. And then he credited the Inflation Reduction Act, which is this title of this act, the Inflation Reduction. They printed money. You printed money and called it an Inflation Reduction Act. I can't with these politicians, man.
I think they think we're stupid.
So,
You think they think we're stupid? Like we're not going to read into it or discuss it, or that's why they keep us busy with all this BS on the sideline.
Nothing changed anyway. So.
Someone should just push him in his grave. Okay, in all honesty, I'm not trying to make fun of the situation. I literally think he's got dementia, honestly. And I'm not trying to make light of that thing. You know, one of my friend's dads had dementia. That shit sucks. But like, you can't tell me that this dude doesn't have something going on up there, some wrong. And so, why is it so important? He's literally the leader of the free world. Like, the world economy runs on America. Like everything America, you see when the freaking UN comes out and says, hey, Jerome Powell, stop hiking interest rates. You're literally going to tank the entire global economy. That should tell you everything you need to know. So yeah, someone should confront these politicians. Also, Strictly Sports said he didn't get a shout out. Strictly Sports. Hello.
Was he in the chat when we first?
I'm assuming he was if he
yeah,
said
it was in the
something,
chat.
but it was not on purpose. We promise. At least I don't think it was on purpose. Was it, Rob? Was it on purpose?
And also somebody asking for something going on with the Gensler and the Boraya Club. I think they put a video yesterday, right?
Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yeah, we put out a video yesterday kind of talking about it. And we do have a little bit of news on Mutant Apes and Bored Apes and what's happening with that project right now after the allegations. So we'll talk about that.
Did you see we got some some new emojis as well?
We do?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, we got a new emoji. Jimmy will love this emoji. It's a great one.
You're such an idiot, dude. You are such a moron. What is wrong with you?
Oh, the desk! We got the desk.
It's a nice little desk there. So it went ahead. We took the whale away, and we added Bitcoin. There you go. So,
Cool.
You like the desk?
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Nice desk.
Yeah.
It
I think we
is.
paid, how much did we pay? Like $700 for it?
For the emoji? No, it's free.
Anyways, I did have a couple of charts I wanted to go over, and I'll make it really, really quick because we're a little behind right now. But this is the Bitcoin chart on the 1 hour. I was saying we're a little bullish in the short term. We had this couple trend lines I drew. This is the most recent one. Again, this is on the 1 hour. We broke above, and we kind of made support on top, and now we're consolidating. So really good. Looks like that 19K is pretty decent support moving forward. Next move we want to see in the bull case is this move back up to 19.5. Retest this, but again, you want to move to the upside, come back down, retest this trend line, and then up. But with CPI numbers coming out tomorrow, again, keep an eye on the stock market the last 30 minutes today. Quant, be very careful. Daily chart, massive bear flag. Also, we talked about this yesterday on the channel. We are consolidating at an extremely key resistance / support level. Last two times we got rejected at the 155 level, we came crashing down 25%, or sorry, 55 and 25% respectively. Can I see the same thing happening? Possibly. But again, be very careful. If you're in profit, if you got in quant at $100 or so, guys, take some profit. Nothing wrong with it. Come back in. It will go back down. What goes up must come down. Again, not financial advice. The area I'd be looking for is right here around this 125 to 128. That is the area I'd look to rebuy. Pretty good. Used to be pretty strong resistance. Now we can expect it to be support moving forward. And then the last chart I want to show is flow. This is on the 1 hour chart. Looks like kind of forming a head and shoulders here. Obviously, head and shoulders, if you're not familiar, is a bearish pattern. But what you want to do for this, we did kind of break below the neckline. So this dash line is called what's called a neckline. When you break below it and come back and get rejected on the retest, that is when this pattern is confirmed. Obviously, we did open below the neckline, which was negative, but we are currently trading above the neckline at $1.55. If this pattern plays out, here are some areas I'd be looking at. I'd be looking at buying back in at 140, not financial advice, and buying back between $1.05 and $1.15, which was the last local low we saw back in June of this year. And if I throw the easy bands on, you can see if we do get below this 2x short level, right in the $1.30, anything between $1 and $1.30, we would be in the accumulation zone according to these green easy bands. So just something to keep an eye on. That's all I got.
Man, these Italian cookies are so good, bro. They're nothing like a bundt cake. They're moist.
You take
delicious.
My cookies? What a clown. Really, Walker? You're not going to say anything, bro? You bought those for me.
Yeah, he didn't even try.
I gave it to you and you let it go.
Hey, well, I'm...
guys, we are 30 people have not liked this video.
What?
30 people. Let me tell you something. You, there, Mr. 1 of 30. You're like a bad NFT project.
What?
All 1 of 30s are disappointing.
No like for you. You ghosted me in the lounge last night. Who, me or Robin? Had to be Robin. He ghosts people all the time.
Which lounge?
The Sin City Lounge, exactly. He has no idea what you're talking about. It was probably Robin. You know, in our Sin City Discord, we have a channel, The Lounge, where we talk things outside of crypto.
I was in there 2 days ago.
Okay. That's good to know.
Once every 2 months.
Until we get a video editor, I'm probably find it difficult to find time to go there. But anyways.
All I hear is excuses. All right. Before I move on, what are your thoughts on mangoes? You like mangoes?
You will eat anything.
You know, mango's got a really tricky seed in the middle, man. They don't come out like an avocado. You gotta like bite around them.
No, you don't. There is a technique. Okay. You take a glass cup, cut the mangoes, right? 4 sides. You take the glass cup. Let's say this is the glass cup. Okay. You take your mango and you go to the edge and you carve out the meat. It comes out perfectly. Try it, man. Try it.
And you toss half a mango. It's okay.
And you don't toss half the mango. Then
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's like an aggressive almond pit, bro. They don't or no, was it peach? Whatever, stone fruit. Anyways, they yeah, man.
No,
not a fan. Not a fan of
not
mangoes.
a fan of mangoes.
I like mango in like desserts because somebody did all the work for me. But like a little mango sauce on top of a sorbet.
Mango
Refreshing.
sauce.
Really good.
Actually, grilled mango is actually very good.
Grilled mango.
Oh man, let me tell you a story, man.
There
Oh,
we go.
So, my gripe of mangoes, man. Let me tell you. So first time I went to Israel, I'm over there and they have this. They got these like falafel burrito things. Anyways, we'll get to the falafel burrito here in a second. But
That too.
I go over to the family's house, and anyways, my wife at the time, my ex-wife, she had her dad was like, "Hey, I got this something." He called it some name. He was like, "It's fermented mango. It's spicy. It's really spicy." And everybody in there was like, "No, don't do it. Don't try it." And me being a chef, I was like, "I got this. Let me get some of that." So I put some on there, and I eat it, and I'm like, "Woo, that's a interesting flavor." Anyways, spent the whole night on the toilet, bro. Both ends just came unloose, man. It was a death-defying experience. So I was in Israel for like 10 days. Finally, it was the worst night of my life, and I finally got over it about 2 days before I left, and my stomach was back to normal. And then my brother-in-law at the time, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get this falafel. You want some?" I was like, yeah. He's like, "What do you want in it?" I was like, "Just throw everything in there." Not thinking that they had the pickled mango or the fermented mango. So he comes back, and I'm eating this fucking burrito, and I'm like, and I taste this weird taste. I'm like, and I asked him, like, "Yo, this got pickled mango in it?" And he was like, yeah. He's like, "You said everything." And I was like, "Oh my God." Anyways, I get on the plane, and I'm just burping. And my ex-wife, she's yelling at me. She's like, "You stop burping." And I was like, "My stomach hurts. You leave me alone." And then I was in the toilet on the little airplane on a 16-hour flight. And I got a thing for mangoes, bro. I got a thing for mango. I hate mangoes now so much. And you know what the funniest thing is? The best part is that as soon as I got off the plane, it was a treacherous flight. As soon as I got off the plane, I got a Whopper from Burger King. And the second it hit the stomach, that grease just lined the whole thing. And I was instantaneously cured, bro. Instantly. The whole thing was gone. It was like, it was amazing, bro. The amount of canola oil that is in a Whopper, it's amazing. Oh, there you go.
So you don't like mangoes?
No.
Oh, wow. 10 minutes to answer a question. All right. The reason I ask is because Mango Markets.
Okay.
A popular Solana platform was hacked for $100 million. This gets interesting. It's a source from Crypto Briefing. The way it happened is a whale manipulated the price of Mango Market's MNGO token to drain over $100 million, which was, I believe, all their liquidity. The hacker used their USDC holdings to take out 2 large positions in perpetual futures contracts for the Mango token. This, in turn, caused an artificial price spike, which allowed the attacker to take out a series of large loans, effectively draining the protocol of all its liquidity. Here's where it gets interesting. The hackers got demands, okay? The hacker initiated a DAO vote and used 32.9 million Mango tokens to approve their own suggestion, which is roughly 1/3 of the voting power required for the proposal to pass. So if this proposal passes, this is what he said, by the way, quote, "If this proposal passes, I will send the MSOL, the Mango Soul, I'm assuming, MSOL, Soul, and Mango in this account to an address announced by the Mango team. The Mango treasury will be used to cover any remaining bad debt in the protocol, and all users without bad debt will be made whole." So if you do the math, he's going to walk away with 70 mil, 70 out of the 100. Also, in his demand saying, obviously, no criminal charges, blah, 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 blah. So. Yeah, so.
This guy, he has watched too many movies, bro. Like, you just think that, like, this is how the world works? You do realize this is fraud and theft, and it doesn't really matter what a DAO says if they want to press charge. Like, if I go down the street and I just punch a lady in the face, whether or not she wants to press charges or not, I'm going to get locked up.
Yeah.
And so if you go and steal $100 million, it doesn't matter if the DAO, who has 1/3 influence from the thief himself, it doesn't matter. Theft and fraud is illegal, and so yeah, dude's living in a pipe dream. And if somehow this dude returns the money and the DAO tries to like side in his favor, man, this whole system is so broken. I've seen enough movies from the 90s that I know that you don't negotiate with terrorists.
Name me the one with the John Travolta, the hacker. You remember that? Swordfish.
Swordfish. That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was a long
lot of
time ago.
actors there.
You remember all those old movies
Berry.
where they would like hijack a plane? And
what about
like,
Con Air? Nicolas Cage? Was that Nicolas Cage? Con Air?
Yeah.
Con Air.
The one that was what is the name of the movie?
It's an Italian movie. Here's my question. Are you concerned? I mean, we continue to see a crap load of hacks.
Okay,
like,
so
and they're all a little different, but like, dude.
So here's a couple things happen.
Should we keep our money and just don't mess with DeFi right now? Like, what are we doing?
Don't mess with small DeFi projects. Remember, these projects are dependent. DeFi is they're transacting between one another with certain parameters that if the market is nice and stable. And the thing is that if you take a position, you have whale manipulation, you can move the price of assets, and then in turn, you have liquidity pools that you can drain. It's as simple as that. And all of this can be done. This was not an exploit of code. The code ran how it was supposed to. This was not an exploit of a faulty Oracle service. Now, could there have been measures put in place? Yes. Could there have been a fail safes and things that could have triggered? Absolutely. However, I will say this. This can happen to every platform. You just need enough money to move it. It's not going to happen on Uniswap because there's so much liquidity there. And I'm sure Uniswap has taken measures to prevent these certain kind of situations. But what happened with this was whale manipulation for this specific incident. It was somebody that had a ton of money, manipulated the price, and then basically the price of the token skyrocketed up, and then he pulled liquidity. And
just yanked it.
And it's just because there wasn't enough people transacting on it, wasn't enough money locked into it. Oh, the moral of the story is, if you're, is just that this DeFi is extremely dependent on volume and liquidity. And if it's lacking, if it's not a big project, then you're taking a lot of risk. It would be like opening up a casino with $2,000. You open up a casino and all you have as a casino operator is $2,000. All you need is one DJ to come up in there and just put $10,000 bets over and over and then cash out. He'll bankrupt the casino, right?
Yeah.
So that's why as a casino, if you're going to provide liquidity in the form of chips, you need to have liquid cash on hand. This is a standard business model. You do the same with banks. I'm just kind of using the casino example because this is here in Las Vegas. So if you have Caesar's Palace and they are worth, $40 billion, you would have to come to the table trying to cash out $40 billion at a time. We know mathematically not really possible. And And so kind of the same concept when it comes to DeFi. So just be weary. I would only use, if you're going to use DeFi, use the biggest names out there. The
Compound,
biggest.
Aave.
Yeah. Compound, Aave, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, MakerDAO. And outside of that, in the bear market,
Yeah, be careful.
don't mess with it, bro.
I had
Don't
an
mess with
interesting text last night from my cousin. He sent me the link of the hack, and he said, "Bro, this kind of stuff is bad for the space. You need big institutional money and actual adoption for this to work. So many of this stuff happening going to steer the big dogs away from the space." And I said, if anything, institutions will see it as a way to get in the space with their own product touting is safer. So we already kind of see this with JP Morgan Chase, where they have their own little blockchain project called Link with 2 eyes. So, I mean, I could see that because you just need a narrative.
The thing is institutions, I don't think they're interested in smart contract DeFi. Now, I'm not saying that all are, because there's money to be made there and you can provide liquidity. But I think the biggest institutions, they're more interested in centralized finance, where they offer a product for their client base already. And
that's what I'm saying. And you look at stuff like Celsius and all these hacks happening, right? And you say, hey guys, we've been in this finance game for a long, long time. We will back you. Nothing will happen.
Here's the thing. It is 2022, okay? DeFi can't, nobody even knew what DeFi was. There wasn't even a word. I mean, I'm sure it was a word, but it wasn't even a thing until 2020. The launch of Uniswap and Ethereum smart contracts, that was not even 3 years ago. And this is a brand new space. I mean, look at the finance that we have now. This was built in the 1800s, or the foundation of it was. And so we're in a new era. We're 2 years into DeFi. So the talks of like, oh, hey, we need to give up on DeFi, like, your boy's texting you like, yo, this is like, we're 2 years in. 2 years into a fintech service that is going to replace all the anti
Correct, but a lot of money is being lost. So.
Yeah, and that's the cost. That's the cost of errors in today's age. You have people that are greedy. You have companies that are launching products too fast without safe measures. You have people trying to get short-term returns. You have people that made a lot of money in crypto that are like just trying to make money by providing liquidity and staking, and people are taking risk. Remember, everything you do, whether it's providing liquidity, whether it's staking, whether it's doing some kind of DeFi, it's all risk. There is risk to all of those. I mean, simply even keeping your tokens on an exchange is a risk. And how much risk are you willing to take? That's the world we live in. And you provide liquidity in a very small platform, you're taking on risk, bro. And when people lose money, that's what happens. I'm not saying it's deserved, but I'm just saying that's what's gonna happen.
You got to risk it for the biscuit, man.
Yeah. If you're running a
Rocco, will you risk it for the biscuit?
Only if they're Italian biscuit.
Oh, Italian biscuit. Also, we got Crypto Meta up in here. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Guys, we have...
Speaking of Meta, man, did you see we had they announced the new Oculus headset. So,
isn't that the what's the name of that?
So it's gonna be the Oculus Pro.
I thought it was a different name, Project something.
No, it's
Project Spark or
no, it's like the Pro something. Meta Quest Pro. So here, I'll actually pull it up here real quick. So this is the new headset here. So
at least they're getting more sleek.
Quest Pro is the first in our new line of advanced headsets, built to expand what's possible.
Dude looks like an alien, bro.
I was gonna say, you think he's a robot or an alien?
Quest 2.
It looks less like a Sophia, but without the ring.
In the metaverse.
So a couple things. I watched the entire keynote speech, which was an hour and 50 minutes long last night. Very interesting, though. I wanted to see what the direction are. A couple things to take away, though. You have big partnership as well. So outside of this, Facebook or Meta, is partnering with Microsoft. And so you're now going to be able to use your headset with like all of the Microsoft 365 products. So like now you can do your Excel spreadsheets, your Word, all with the headset on. And the idea is that they want to do more of a work environment with the headset in an augmented reality. So this headset is transparent. So you can either use it as an augmented reality goggles, and you can sit at your desk, and then you could pop up your windows in front of you. So you can have PowerPoint here. You can have a Zoom meeting. They also partnered with Zoom as well with the headset, and then you can have something else that you're working on, and then all of this is done in augmented reality in the comfort of your own little private office or room, or you can just flip a switch or whatever it is, and it goes completely dark. And then from there, you can interact with a metaverse, with playing games. So I know some people got blown back by the price at $1,500. I think for what they're trying to accomplish with such a low form factor headset, I think it's just the price of
market conditions.
Yeah. Right now, it's just that it's new technology. And as more people buy it, and as time goes on, it'll get cheaper and smaller. But really excited about the augmented reality, man.
Meta will either, because I think Meta stock is going to keep coming down. I mean, it's down a lot. Meta will either be one of the best.
Down, 6% on the last 3 months.
Meta will be either one of the best pickups, the most profitable, or the company has a chance to go under. They put so much money, and in current economic conditions, it could turn sour. All right, let's move on. Talked about this yesterday. We're going to talk about it today. Bored and Mutant Apes, their NFT trading volumes spike. The source from the block. The Mutant Apes recorded transaction volumes of $1 million, which is plus 300% across all marketplaces. Also, the Bored Ape collection witnessed an 86% daily jump in trading volume at 1.8 million. And we're going to get the exact numbers. These numbers were pulled this morning. We're going to get the exact numbers here coming up in the next 2 minutes. Of the total 37 Mutant Ape sales made in the last 1 day on OpenSea, 24 of those were deals in which the owners accepted bids below their quoted prices. So if you go on the NFT marketplace, right, and you go on activity, some you'll see the ETH logo in black, some you'll see it in pink. If you see it in black, that means it was just like eBay, bid now, buy at the price it's listed. If you see it in pink, that means it was an offer made and the seller accepted it. So moving on to take a look at what it's looking at now. And this Anthony Hopkins has his own NFT line. But anyways, you can see the top sales, right? Bored Ape, Bored Ape, Bored Ape, Bored Ape, Bored Ape. They're all Bored Apes. If I keep going back, I think there's one outside the top 10 or in the top 10 that's not a Bored Ape. Now, sales over the last 24 hours, Bored Apes are up 225%, 22 transactions. Mutant Apes are up 328% with 63 transactions. Now, why are people selling Mutant Apes more than Bored Apes? Well, Mutant Apes were airdropped to their, I believe they were airdropped, right? Airdrop? No, the serum was airdropped. Anyways, I might be wrong. They were either airdrop or you can mint one. But I don't know, man. People are freaking out. Sales volume is up. Do you think people are overreacting, or do you think the SEC actually...
I don't know what's going on with the markets. I mean, you would expect that the price would be dropping, right? And obviously, you would expect more volume with big news.
Which we see.
Yeah, which we see. I'm just surprised that the price isn't dropping. Now, perhaps it's because of it's only 10,000 pieces and that people do believe that it'll hold value into the future. And so... you see a floor price, if you see a ape get listed underneath floor price, then you're probably going to pull the trigger on it right away, right? Because arbitrage, you can just flip it either right away or perhaps a little further down the road. So a lot of money to be made in situations like this, and especially only having 10,000. How many Bored Apes are listed on OpenSea, anyways, roughly?
Listed?
Yeah, like available. So, anyways, you have 10,000 pieces, and then only so many of them are even available for sale. And so, you know that if you see
Bored
one,
Apes, you have 7% listed, so 742.
7% listed. And so you know that if you see one drop underneath the floor price, which technically would be the new floor price, but
Mutant,
if you see
Mutant Apes are 5% listed.
Yeah, if you see the price drop, you could scoop one up, and then you just wait. You're talking about massive. What is this? 70 Ethereum, right? 75 Ethereum
For the Bored Apes, or
if you pick
75?
it up, if you pick one up for 71 Ethereum, and then you turn around and sell it at say 77. I mean, that's a 6 Ethereum flip right there, right? And you're seeing those swings. And so, I mean, right? I mean, look at those transactions right there. I mean, how easy of a flip that is. I mean, obviously you'd have difficulty timing it. Sold for 70, bought at 78. Bought at 80. You know what I mean? This is 7 hours. You can flip,
What are you looking at? What numbers are you looking at?
Those prices, the price. I'm just saying that, and I know that's not how it works, a 1-to-1.
Well, here you can.
I'm just saying that, like, you can
see here. This thing was bought for it was bought for 75, sold for 72. So they sold for a loss, right? Right here, they sold for a loss.
And then paper hands.
Yeah, I mean, and this was 9 months ago. So they've been holding on to this thing for 9 months. They didn't sell at 150. They sold at 72. To me, that's fear. Or for some reason they really needed money, which I don't know how you would have it. But here's the thing. I want to take a look at that. Is this?
And real quick, we got a couple new people in the chat. We got together as one, Brett, and we also have Raw Research. Hola, welcome to Sin City Crypto.
So this is the mutants right here. And so you can see here just a barrage. Look at this. Is this still on my laptop?
Yeah.
Look at this. This is what I was talking about. When you see it in pink, that means it was an offer that was accepted. And majority of the time, this wasn't listed, right? And so you can offer people money for their NFTs if the seller doesn't want to sell it. And you get offers in your inbox, and then at any point you can say, all right, I want to accept it, and you don't have to list it. It just gets sold. The transaction gets made. Look at this. From a day ago, all these are accepted offers. Like, you don't normally see this, guys. And even going into today, right? 10 hours ago, 14, 13, 13, 13. So
we should buy one.
I ain't got an extra 14 on a mutant ape, especially with what's going on. But if you take a look, let's just take a look just out of curiosity, right? This one took an offer for 16. Let's see what he bought it at. Minted. Okay. So minted a year ago. All right. That was a bad example. But you can see here, they're now currently listed for 22 ETH. So trying to make a quick flip. These mutant apes are ugly. But anyways, I want to move. You got anything else to add to this?
No.
This is definitely not the end of the Bored Ape SEC saga. And as more news comes, we will continue to keep you in the know. Speaking of in the know, I want to let you know about Polygon. They will now be powering a new Indian police complaints portal. A source from Crypto Slate. Indian police have developed a web portal for reporting crimes using the Polygon modular blockchain. Users will be able to register complaints in an immutable and transparent manner, which essentially means registered complaints cannot be deleted or edited. Police stations in the area all have a special QR code that users like you can scan to access the form and file their grievances. What are your thoughts? I mean, this is great, right? It kind of takes the whole, there are some countries that are more corrupt than others. And I'm not saying India is a corrupt country. I'm just saying I've heard stories. I have a lot of family overseas of people filing police reports and then it goes missing or it's changed or, hey, that's not what I said. So, this is a good thing. And having Polygon be picked, I mean, is that surprising to you? What are your thoughts, Rob?
No, I think it's for crypto-based issues, right?
No,
No, it's just
police complaints. Yeah. So this is blockchain being used, outside of what it's normally being used for, right?
yeah. Yeah, well,
So it's
you
like,
know
hey,
what? It's
someone
free.
punched me.
I didn't know if it was specifically for crypto-related crimes, but
mean,
no.
I guess
The
it
idea
could be.
is pretty. The idea is really nice when you think about countering corruption. And so, if you have corruption when it comes to the authorities, and you go and you bring up a issue or case, you file a police report, and the person you file it with is somebody that's in question, that will stand to lose from that report.
Right.
I mean, it's human nature for that to get balled up and put away or thrown away, or for that not to
In the trash can.
not to get to the hands of the people that it was intended to. And so here you have something that's immutable. And so if I make a complaint, then it's there forever. Can't delete it. Can always pull it up. And when somebody goes to investigate, say the issue doesn't get resolved, you can be like, hey, I brought this up on this date. Here's my Etherscan report. And here is the data that shows that I made a report on this day with this officer, and more accountability there, right? Now, I do want to say that I saw that, who was it? Somebody said, Liquidated Short said, what about the FOMC minutes? So the Fed minutes was just a report of the last Fed meeting. Nothing too nothing too much stood out about this. It just broke. I think right when we went live. Anyways, the only thing of note there that I saw was discussions leading to a 75% base rate hike. They noted that inflation is especially taking its toll on lower income Americans. So, I think they're just and so I went through and read all this. You didn't hear anything that wasn't already said multiple times throughout the press conferences that they've been holding. So, nothing earth shattering there, but it seems like they're staying the course on this. Hey, we understand that we might push you into a recession. Lower income individuals are hurting from inflation. Inflation's not good. We're going to bring down inflation. They won't stop talking about it.
We'll see. All right, last piece of news I want to talk about is BNB Chain. They've executed a hard fork. If you're not familiar, we did cover this last week. Binance Chain, their bridge was hacked. $500 million was stolen. Source from the block. They did do a hard fork to issue a security patch after the bridge exploit last week. The hard fork will re-enable the network's cross-chain infrastructure and the next course of action. This is from Binance Smart Chain. To conduct governance votes to decide whether to freeze funds held in the hacker's address on BNB Chain and auto-burn them. Interesting. What would you like to see them do? Would you like to see them auto-burn, or what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, it kind of goes back to that whole premise we were talking about. Like, is this even crypto? Right?
What do you mean?
That they're going to
freeze.
They're going to freeze and burn somebody's tokens. You're freezing a wallet and then you're burning their tokens, right?
I mean, it was a hacker.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that, is this crypto? Would you ever see this would you be upset if you saw this exact same idea in Bitcoin? Somebody stole some Bitcoin out of your wallet, freeze it and burn it. I know it's outside. But that's what I'm saying is that at what point are you a blockchain, and then at what point are you a parent company that issues tokens? I mean, to me, that's what it is. They are a company that uses blockchain technology to pass around their tokens. And at any point in time, they can freeze it, they can burn it, they can.
Well, you know, they're going to do a vote. Governance vote. The DAO.
I mean, how is that any different than what a company would do? You're at a board meeting and you have a vote.
I mean,
what I'm saying
this
is
whole
that
hacking thing needs to.
obviously hacking, it's not good, but at the same time, it just pulls back the curtain and you're just like, hey, this ain't a decentralized blockchain. This is just literally a company that is running assets on a blockchain that they control and can manipulate in any way they want. So is it really a blockchain? Is it really some secure, decentralized thing that we can transact? Nah. You're just using somebody's website, bro. It's a futuristic website.
Straight up.
That's what I think it's more likened to.
Why does Binance have a bridge? Anyways. All right, we're done. All right, guys. So all the new members, welcome. If you haven't said hello, please say hello before we leave. We can officially welcome you to the Sinner community. You like that? The Sinners? Sin City Sinner. Like a football team. Anyways, make sure to check out our social medias. We are on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Also, join our Discord. It's a community-ran Discord. If you're not a member, you want to support the channel, link is in the description of the video. Also, check out our merch store. Everyone had a few people comment about the backpack. You can find that on our merch store. Link to that is also in the description of this video. And that'll do, Rocco. Friends, family, friends of family, and family of friends, we thank you so much for spending the middle of your weekday here with us at Sin City Crypto. We hope you enjoy the content. Please come back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on behalf of myself, Ugly Rob, The Don, and Kyler Murray. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, peace.